This is a demonstration of this animatronic hand. Now, unfortunately, not all the motors came in, so we only have 3 motors, and I'll have to demonstrate by swapping them around. So first I'm going to demonstrate the thumb, and then we'll work on the fingers, because the main objective of this exercise is to work on the joints to make the fingers work with 2 joints with just 1 motor. But first the thumb. So we've got the thumb hooked up to this motor, and it's just going to do this. And I can't lock these down until I've got all the motors, so I'm going to hold it with my finger. And we can see that the thumb just pivots around this axis. Alright, so now I'm going to swap that motor over and have a look at the fingers. Okay, this is the index finger. No problem. And the next, we'll do the next finger. Okay, let's see. I gotta hold this one down here. And you can see how both joints move when the motor rotates. I'll do a close-up of that mechanism after running through all the fingers here. And the ring finger. I like the way those 2 joints work from 1 motor. Now for the little finger. And the little finger. Alright, so I'm going to get a close-up of probably this finger. It's easier to see. Okay, a close-up of the finger joints. So there's a pivot under here for this arm, and there's a pivot here where it's connected, and there's another pivot up here. So there's an arm that's going between this fixed block, but it's pivoting down at the bottom here, and then, well, let's just move it and you can see. So this arm pushes on this joint, and the actual joint up here is pivoting about this point here. So the finger is pivoting about this point, but this arm is pushing the joint around, and because it's connected at a different point from the other arm, and so the difference in the pivots means that this one pushes on this joint and it pivots about this one. So the motor is pulling on this back arm, and it's pivoting. That arm is pivoting. Everything's pivoting, but I guess it's not that easy to show here. Let me grab some of the trial prints just to show you. Well, I'm not sure if this is going to be any clearer, but you can see we have an arm on this side and a strut on this side, and this is the last part of the finger, and this would be the palm. So this arm has a pivot right here at this end, and this pivot is also connected to this arm. So this part of the finger rotates about the main finger joint here, main finger arm, and this connecting shaft is the one that makes this finger rotate as this joint is rotated. So it's a little bit complicated and it's hard to see it, but the both joints rotate when either one of them rotates. So it took a while to get the geometry just right. If I'm off by 1 millimeter, it changes radically the amount of angle that I can get on this rotation. And I had to try this several times to get the angles that I really wanted. Now, of course, the idea behind all this is to make gestures. So we could make a peace sign. Or other kinds of gesture.